If you smell what the rock is cooking. Hello, what's up? What's good? We're back with another video going over what Pokemon Sword and Shield changed about a type. It's quite obvious which type we're covering today, the rock type. And the rock type is like your friend if they had amnesia. Where am I? Who am I? What do I do? Legit, most people haven't found a role for this type. But maybe with those changes, we can find out. What do you think was changed?
It doesn't matter what you think!
That's because we're rocking and rolling into the changes that were made to the rock type in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Don't look at me that way. It's just a quote. With the smallest amount of new Pokemon so far, the rock type just loses out in this generation. Not to say the rock types are bad, there just aren't many of them. Colossal is the Galar region's attempt at recreating Rhydon and Rhyperior. Stonjourner is literally based off of Stonehenge, although it's less mysterious than you would think. Dreadnought is a water version of Bowser. I'm serious. Look at the shiny. Two of these got a G-Max form, which is great in game, but Smogon banned Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing. Can't we get Megas back? Colossal's really looking like a furnace here. Dreadnought just gets a bigger shell, but its defenses don't increase, so the design really doesn't make any sense. Surprisingly, we only got 3 new rock types. It's kind of out there since the rock type seems to be one of the more common, uncommon types, if you catch my drift. The rock type continues to worsen for new additions. Not only was there just 3 new rock types, but to make matters worse, it only has 1 new move. Tar Shot is the only new move, and its only use is to slow down the foe and make it weaker to fire type moves. That's useful if you have a fire type move, like on Colossal, but without any new attacks, specifically, we're stuck with the same moves and the same problems like before. We'll cover that later. Meanwhile, we do have 2 G-Max moves, but again, G-Max is more of a gimmick. Think of it as a rock sculpture. Looks great now, but...
What? One more thing. There, now it's art.
You have G-Max Volcalith, which is only used by G-Max Colossal, which hits for 4 turns, and you have the basic G-Max move, Max Rockfall. Man, I feel like we've hit rock bottom with these new additions. It's time to rock the world, as I have the changes to every rock type heading into Generation 8. The funny part is we got so many changes, yet we got so few additions. Now we knew where the effort went instead of adding all the Pokemon. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Rhyperior received 13 new moves. The best new additions belong with Heat Crash, Body Press, and Breaking Swipe. Body Press is fantastic as Rhyperior has a great defense stat. Sudowoodo also gained Body Press. Not sure what a tree needs that for. Johto Corsola nabbed Life Dew and Hydro Pump. Tyranitar snagged 10 new moves, the highlights being Body Press and Rock Blast. Gigalith also gained Body Press alongside Weather Ball. Crustle got Solar Blade, Heavy Slam, and also Body Press. Solrock and Lunatone grabbed a ton of new moves for some reason, differing a bit between Swords Dance / Nasty Plot, Morning Sun / Moonlight, and Rain Dance / Hail. Terrakion, although not available yet, picked up Mega Horn, among other moves. Barbaracle is the last new Pokemon, not really gaining anything crazy outside of Rock Blast. A ton of new changes, and a commonality, a fighting move. You know what comes next, right? Back when I made the old video, the changes I suggested were more geared toward the role of the rock type. What is it for? Defense or offense?
Bold and brand. More like belongs in the trash!
Let me break it down for you. So the thing about the rock type is that nobody really knows what its main use is. It's supposed to be this really tough type, but do you really see that many physically defensive rock types used often? It's very hard to tell if the defensive side of the rock type was dealt with. I guess you can give this change a partial pass, as all 3 new rock types do have some defensive capabilities, as well as Tar Shot being introduced, but we can't give it full credit. So if it's not that defensive as they make it out to be, it has to be offensive, right? That's what we covered here. So on the same notion, if the rock type is not good with its defenses, is it good with its offenses? I mean, there's a lot of high-tiered rock types already. Tyranitar, Terrakion, Nihilego, but I thought it was supposed to be a defensive type. I don't see many changes made to the offensive side. It's actually quite offensive in the fact that not much was added here to help the offensive side. And a marginal change was made to older Pokemon. It's still hard to tell what its use is for, but there was still one more request. Here we just ended with a question, and it resulted in something that we don't know what it's for. I mean, just check this out. So if we combine these two issues, what is the direction for this type? Is it supposed to be defensive, like how the descriptions say? Or is it supposed to be offensive, like how in the competitive game the rock types are actually pretty good? Just pick one or pick both. When you can't even specialize in a role very well, you know something is up. You're not very good defensively. You're not very good offensively. Most of your Pokemon are all over the place, and you just don't know what you're doing. I'd say we give this a marginal pass since it went more defensively this generation, but we don't know what direction it will take in Generation 9. Looking at our fixed scoring chart, with the rock type scoring 0.9 points, it falls into second place between the normal and the dragon type. The dragon type retains the lead as the normal type continues to slip down. As the series moves forward, the list will get bigger and we will find out the best type predictions that we were correct with. You ever want to know what was left out? Unused type combinations, maybe? Perhaps the Pokemon missing from the Galar Dex? Well, we've got that wrapped up to roll back straight to you. As far as the rock types missing from Sword and Shield, well, there are a total of 23 missing. The obvious ones are the fossil rock types, as it makes sense, while the legendary rock types are gone as well. The worst culprit has to be Lycanroc, as a wolf in the UK makes a lot more sense than the other Pokemon that exist in these games. Kinda makes you think, what were they thinking? But the type combinations have to get worked on. At least one? Well, if you don't count the Legends, Megas, or Forbs, we have 5 missing combinations. The Rock type had yet to be paired with the Normal type, the Fighting type, the Poison type, the Ghost type, and the Electric type. Terrakion and Alolan Golem break these rules to get their type combinations removed, but unfortunately nothing was added to take any of the 5 combinations off this list. We can only hope Generation 9 can fix these missing combinations, but with no other changes among other missing things with this type, we can surely say we have hit. The Rock type seems like the most cut and dry type. It should be mainly a type that works well with defenses and tanky rock types, and maybe a few quick rock types as well. But alas, it doesn't get that. It gets a mishmash of everything, and nothing sticks to anything most of the time. It might as well battle blindfolded. I've grabbled enough in this video, so this is where it ends. We've hit rock bottom and a climb back to the top. To see more from this series or anything else, be sure to hit the subscribe button to join the squad today. With that, I want to thank you for watching. Hope to catch you back at the top later on, because that is how we do what. I wonder which type we're covering next. I wonder. I actually think...
It doesn't matter what you think!